Hello students, hope you are safe and sound at home. Now we shall begin our next chapter of history, that is When People Rebel, 1857 and after. Topic is policies and the people. In the previous chapter we have studied about that how the policies were made by the East India Company and the effects had on different people, kings, queen, peasants, landlords, tribals, soldiers were all affected in different ways. Next topic is Nawab lose their power. In 18th century, Nawab and the Rajas were losing their power. Gradually, they lost their authority and honor. Freedom of the rulers reduced, revenue and territories taken away, and many more things happened. Many ruling families tried to negotiate with the company to protect their interest. For example, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi had wished to see her son to become the ruler of Jhansi after death of her husband. Nana Sahib was the son of Peshwa Bajirao II, requested East India Company to continue to give pension after the death of his father, but the company denied. The company had a plan how to bring the Mughal dynasty to an end. The name of the Mughal king was removed from the coins minted by the company. In 1849, Governor General Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Jafar, the family of the king would be shifted out of the Red Fort. Governor General Cunning decided that Bahadur Shah Jafar would be the last Mughal king, and after his death, none of his descendants would be recognized as a king. Next topic is the peasants and the sepoys. Peasants and the zamindar had worried about high tax. Many failed to pay back their loans to the moneylenders and gradually lost the lands they had for generation ahead. Indian sepoys were unhappy about pay allowances and condition of service. Those days, many people in the country believed that if they crossed the sea, they would lose their religion and caste. In 1824, the sepoys were told to go to Burma by sea route, but they refused to follow the order. They got punishment for not to follow order. In 1856, the company made new law. It was clearly mentioned that if person would do job in army, had to agree to serve overseas if required. Next topic is responses to reforms. The British believed that Indian society had to be reformed. Laws passed to stop the practice of sati and to encourage the remarriage of widows, and English language education as well. In 1850, a new law was passed to make conversation the Christianity easier. Many Indians began to feel that the British were destroying their religion, their social custom, and their traditional way of life. Our next topic is mutiny becomes a popular rebellion. Though struggle between the ruler and the ruled are not unusual, sometimes such struggles become quite widespread as a popular. Many people consider that their army is only one. Therefore, they wanted to do everything. In 1857, after 100 years of conquest and administrations, the East India Company faced rebellion that started in 1857. Sepoys in several places began from Meerut, and a large number of people from different sections of the society rose up in rebellion. Next topic is from Meerut to Delhi. Mangal Pandey, a young soldier, was hanged to death for attacking his officer in Barakpur. Few days later, some sepoys of the Meerut refused to do the army drill using the new cartridges, which were suspected of being coated with the fat of cows and pigs. 85 sepoys were dismissed from the service and sentenced to 10 years in jail for disobeying their officers. The other Indian army in the Meerut was quite extraordinary. On 10th May, the soldier marched to the jail in Meerut and released the imprisoned sepoys. They attacked and killed British officers. They captured guns and weapons, buildings and everything. They forced Britishers in the palace and proclaimed Bahadur Shah Jafar as their leader. He wrote a letter to chief and the ruler of the country to come forward and organize a confederacy of Indian state to fight against Britishers. Confederacy, which means the same aim of a group. This single step taken by Bahadur Shah Jafar had a great impact. When Bahadur Shah Jafar raised his voice against Britishers, everyone started supporting him and everything has changed. Next topic is the rebellion spreads. Regiment after regiment multinight, which means sepoy were joining different groups, especially in Delhi, Kanpur and Lucknow. After that, the people of the town and villages also rose up in the rebellion, and the local zamindars, local leaders, chiefs, they also began to re-establish their power and authority and fight against Britishers. Nana Sahib was the son of Peshwa Bajirao, who lived in Kanpur, gathered army force and removed the Britishers from the city. He himself proclaimed Peshwa and declared as the governor under Emperor of Bahadur Shah Jafar. In Lucknow, Birjis Quadr, the son of Nawab Wazid Ali Shah, also proclaimed the new Nawab and accepted the leadership of Bahadur Shah Jafar. And his mother, Begum Hazrat Mahal, also participated actively against Britishers. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoys, fought the Britishers along with Tatya Tope. Avanti Bai Lodi of Ramgarh raised and gathered 4,000 sepoys and fight against Britishers. Many new leaders came up. For example, Ahmadullah Shah from Faziabad, Bhakt Khan from Bareilly, and the old zamindar Kunwar Singh gathered their army force together to fight against the Britishers. Next topic is the company fight back. The company felt that it is necessary to repress the revolt. Therefore, the company demanded reinforcements, which means company required army force, drills, weapons, etc. and passed new law that whoever would do rebel would be in prison. Gradually, Delhi was recaptured from rebel forces in September 1857. The last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Jafar and his wife Begum Zinnat Mahal were sent to prison in Rangoon in October 1858. Bahadur Shah Jafar died in Rangoon in November 1862. In 1858, Rani Lakshmi Bai was defeated and killed herself, and on the other hand, Rani Avanti Bai also killed by the Britishers, and the Tatya Tope escaped to the jungle, and later on he was captured, tied and killed in 1859. The British also tried their best to win back the loyalty of the people. They would remain safe and their rights and the claims to the land would be denied. After 1857, what were the changes took place that was introduced by the Britishers? First, British Parliament passed a new law or new act in 1858 and transferred the power of the East India Company and the British Crown in order to take care of Indian affairs management. Second, all ruling chiefs of the country were assured that their territory would never be controlled in future. Third, the proportion of Indian soldier army would be reduced and the number of European soldiers would be increased. Fourth, the land and property of Muslim was captured and they were treated as suspicion and hostility. Fifth, British decided to respect the religion and the social practices of the people in India. And sixth, policies were made to protect landlords and the zamindars and give them security of rights over their lands. Thus, a new phase of Indian history began after 1857. With this, we wind up this chapter when people rebel. Thank you.